are outside.
Yes.
Mostly because we've got some really cool cars and we couldn't bring them in the studio.
Right, these are some really cool cars.
Aren't they cool?
Yeah, they are. So we have Shirley and Jeff from Cops and Rodders Car Show. So that's happening this Sunday at Ottawa Park. So good morning to you, Shirley.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem. So tell us a little bit about this car show. What is it all about?
Okay, well, it's the 12th time we're having the car show at the Toledo Police Museum, which is located in Ottawa Park. The car show is our largest fundraiser for the Police Museum. We're a nonprofit organization, and we run basically with volunteers like Jeff Hauden here, who really puts together a wonderful car show every year for us, and it is such a wonderful thing for us to have every year.
All right, Jeff, let's talk about these cars.
Let's do it.
Okay, because they're staring right at us. What did you bring today?
This is my brother-in-law's 67 Pontiac Firebird.
Wow. It's beautiful.
So give us a breakdown. I'm not a car guy, Jeff, but I'll act like it. I'll play one on TV today, okay? So let's talk about the engine. What do we have here?
Firebird's back on 67 came equipped with a 326 was the base engine. That's what he's got in it. It's been modified. It's got a 4-barrel instead of a 2-barrel. And everything works on her. We were lucky to find it at Auburn when that was still going on. It was in the car corral.
So tell us about this interior. Is this still pretty much original, what we're seeing here?
Because it's all stock.
Yeah, I see the old school radio.
Wow, I mean, beautiful. A lot of work goes into maintaining these vehicles, but people love to see them, don't they?
I get a lot of thumbs up when I'm driving.
You get a lot of waves, a lot of honks. I think it's it's nostalgic for people. Maybe they've got memories. I remember riding in the back of one of those when I was a kid, or something like that. And then let's talk about this beautiful.
This is my 1967 Chevelle.
Wow.
This is the third one I've had. I had one in high school, and that's.
And is that why you had to get another one? Yeah, because it's your first car in high school? Yeah.
Exactly.
It's your first love when it comes to vehicles?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So tell us, what do we have on the inside here?
Look at how squeaky clean that is on the inside.
Beautiful.
A lot of work.
Yes.
This car isn't a true super sport. They call them replicas or clones. So this car originally was a Malibu and not a super sport.
Okay.
So it came with a small V8 like Rick has in his car. Right now it's got a 454 in it. It's a big block, about 325 horse. So I mean, it's as close to a real super sport as I could get. I put all the equipment on it that would have been on a super sport, and it cost a lot less than a real super sport.
Yeah, but you still drive around and it looks good, doesn't it?
It's a daily, not a daily driver, but I drive it quite a bit.
Yeah, and I'm sure you get a lot of attention from this vehicle as well.
Absolutely,
which is really nice. So Shirley, talk to us about the museum a little bit. This is a fundraiser, so why is it so important to have these funds help the museum?
It's so important for us because it helps us to enhance our exhibits. It helps us to tell the history of the Toledo Police Department. The museum is open on Saturdays from 10 to 4 p.m. and with Jeff's help and the help of a lot of volunteers. We have a lot of volunteers that work with us there. We can tell the story of TPD, and we also can tell the story via our website, ToledoPoliceMuseum.com. There's a lot of interesting facts on our website. And we also have a podcast now called Serving Toledo. And all of the funds that we raise from the car show and other things that we do helps us to do all those things to educate the public.
Oh, nice. Okay, hey, you gotta have a podcast because you have to.
Yeah, these days. So what is the content like with this podcast?
Well, the first 5 episodes of Serving Toledo podcast, which is on Spotify, talks about the history of female patrol officers starting to work the streets of Toledo in the 1970s. So we reached out to some of those officers. I was one of them.
Wow.
And they were interviewed by a Bowling Green State University intern by the name of Kate Brecky. And that's another thing that these funds help us do, is to run an internship program in public history, and we have intern students from the University of Toledo and Bowling Green State University.
That's really cool,
Very cool.
isn't it?
Very cool. And, keeping that history, as you said, it's so important to keep that history alive.
Definitely.
And just teaching people about that. Right. So, Jeff, these 2 cars here, but there's going to be a whole lot more on Sunday. What can people expect when they show up?
Normally, we have anywhere between 400 and 500 cars. What's unique about our show, though, is we also have vintage police cars come, and they come from all over the United States and Canada. So we're doing something a little different this year. We're going to have an arrest team that will, you pay $5 and you can have any person arrested.
Okay.
They're transported.
I've got some ideas.
Right, yeah.
They're transported in a golf cart that's marked with police badging, and they'll be put in the jail cell in the museum for a short period of time and then released. So.
That's a lot of fun.
So it's going to be a good time for everyone.
Yes.
So are you all still looking for folks to register cars, or do you?
Or just
is
show
that
up
full
at
right
this
now?
No, I'm glad you brought that up. There's been a scam on Facebook for pre-registration. We don't do pre-registration anymore. We haven't for, I think, 5 years now. You pay at the gate. It's $10 for entry fee. You can bring anything. We're not particular. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of these cars, but we have a wide variety of cars. Anything from new Camaros and Stingrays to Mustangs, and so it's a really unique show, and it is a family event. The museum's open during the show, and the kids can have fun. There's a new playground. I don't know if it's going to be
kids
available.
find see a playground, they'll try to play.
Yeah, they'll try to play for sure.
It's still under some construction, but I think they could use it if they really wanted to.
They'll find a way. So what time does everything get started on Sunday?
The show starts at 9. Usually I have people showing up when I get there at 6:30 in the morning
to
get
get
their
a good
spots.
spot.
So, but yeah, it runs 9 to 2. We have 50-50. We also do a unique raffle. If you buy a ticket and you win, you get a picture of your car on our T-shirt for the show next year.
There you go.
Sweet.
Very cool.
I know so many car enthusiasts are at home right now. I have to ask you, can we hear it? Can we?
I hope it's
Can you
Start it up? See, I knew you were going to say that, but I have faith.
If not, you get
that
honk
it's
the horn.
going to.
You know, it'll make some
I
kind of
know
noise,
it's
right?
going to start.
Oh boy, you ready?
Don't embarrass me.
You won't be embarrassed.
Yes, there it is.
warm.
There you go. That's what the people want to hear.
That's what they want. Thank you so much for being here today. Make plans for Sunday.
Yes.
Cops and Riders Car Show.
Thanks for having us.
Really
Appreciate it.
appreciate
Thank you.
We'll be back with more. Good day. Stay with us.
Sound good, doesn't it?
Good day.